Hey everyone, greetings. Welcome to Ludicrous Feed Live. I'm your host, Tesla Tom. Welcome to the stream. Looking forward to chatting with all of you tonight. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait. Huge episode tonight and lots to chat about indeed. We've got a poll to start off with, and if you are joining us live, welcome. And the poll tonight is, how are you financing your new Tesla Model 3/Y? 4 options: cash, personal car loan, home loan redraw, and novated lease. So make sure you get in the poll there and help out the community by telling us how you are financing your new Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y. Joining us tonight is one of our regulars, Mr. Raul Prasad. Hey Raul, how you going?
Tom, how are you?
Very well, thanks. Have you had a good week?
Yes, I have. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us. And yeah, as you know, lots to chat about tonight, including first up, Tesla Model Y and 3 increases in Australia. Yeah, I mean, I can't say I was totally surprised by that. I guess we talked about it last week, didn't we, all, with prices going up worldwide. Probably a day or two before our stream last week. So I guess we weren't too shocked when we saw the prices go up on Tesla Friday last week.
Correct. I think we predicted that prices would go up. In saying that, I was a little bit surprised how quickly the pricing did go up here locally. But I guess expected in terms of the demand that we did get. From what I can gather, 10,000, 11,000 orders for Model Y within the first week. Insane. And the fact that there's no EV rebate and still the orders have gone through just goes to show you what crazy demand there is out there for this car.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think now with the price rise, rear-wheel drive, I think slips out of the stamp duty rebate as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you add a few options in certain state, or New South Wales anyway. I'll have to double check my figures, but I think that might be the case. Maybe our viewers can correct us. Have a look at the order form online there. We'll go through that tonight, of course. But first of all, I just want to welcome some of our regulars. I can see Riz there in the chat. Hey Riz, nice to see you there. We've got some of your data coming up tonight. So yeah, Riz is our man from carloop.com.au. Always a wonderful source of information. So we've got some of his price trends and figures and charts later on in the show. So hey Riz, nice of you to join us. We've got Adrian Cheng, one of our members. Hey Adrian, nice to see you. We've got Jim. Hey, nice to see you there. As Padavol, so many members on tonight. That's great. We've got Kenny. Excellent. We've got Michael. Hello there. And yes, I'll just put Nick's post up here. I'm so high right now. If you've just watched my Model Y test drive, that kind of slipped out when I was driving, so I won't give that away. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch my Model Y test drive from today after the stream, of course. I won't spoil it, but that was quite funny when I watched it on edit. Hey Gaffer, nice to see you. And yeah, so many. Rob, hey Rob, nice to see you as well. And yeah, Ryan, fellow YouTuber. Hello Ryan, nice to see you. And Peter Cook, our resident Uber Model 3 driver there. Southern Forest EVs opening up tomorrow night. Fantastic. For our New South Wales guests, I know you know where Southern Forest is. It's a great stopping point for road trips, so good to see a EV charger going in there. Greg's here. Hello, Greg. And got a few people with test drives in the chat there, so that's good. I'm glad people are getting into Model Ys. That's good. And Charles is here. Hello, Charles. Hello, Paul. Nice to see you as well. Oh, so many members. Feeling the love here. Got the feels. Alvin. Hello, Alvin. Hello, Sensei. Sensei's also a member. We've got Matt. Hey, Matt. Nice to see you there. Oh, Matt. Oh, okay. Yes, Matt was someone who I met, several people I met today at Chatswood for the test drive. So thank you for saying hello there, Matt. And thank you for joining the stream tonight too, and for being a member too. Thank you very much. And Alexander too. Hello there. Nice to see you. All right, well, I'll tell you what I want to do, actually, is put up a slide, so we've all got a bit of context here as well. Let's have a look. Hope this works. There we go. All right. So, 23rd of June, 2022. I cannot believe it's already 23rd of June. Almost EFS in a financial year.
Tom, while you're putting up that slide, can I just quickly add, happy 10th anniversary to Model S owners. I know you're going to cover this later, but I think it's appropriate to start the stream with wishing Model S and as a happy 10-year anniversary. Was released on the 22nd of June, which is obviously what the date and the time is in the US currently, in 2012. So there you go. Come a long way since then.
I cannot believe it's been 10 years. That's unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've still got one of those original. I mean, it's not mine's not 10 years old, but the design's the same, right? It's still a great car, honestly. Still better than a lot of EVs out there and ICE cars too. So it's aged very well. Beautiful 10-year-old. So yeah, thanks, Raoul. That's a good reminder there. Yeah, let's put this up actually. Let's put this up. So that's the price difference now for Model 3, Model Y in Australia at least. That's our MSRP before driveaways. So currently in Australia, we've got Model 3's rear-wheel drive base model $65,500. Model 3 long range is $80,000 and Model 3 performance is $91,600. I did mean to put these figures comparing to the previous price, but I think they're very similar to the Model Y increases. So we've got Model Y currently at $72,300 and Model Y performance $96,700. So we're looking at a $3,400 increase for base Model Y and a $2,800 increase for the performance Model Y. And I've got, well, thanks to one of our viewers, actually, I hope Sensei won't mind me saying that he helped me establish this Model 3, Model Y pricing chart we've got on Ludicrous Feed. So I might have a look at that chart now just so we can see. Thoughts, Raoul, on the price increase? Is $3,000 a bit too much of a jump for some people, do you think, with that increase?
Look, I would say it is, yes. As much as I do like the Model Y and I do like the Tesla ecosystem, I think, I guess with no rebates here in Victoria at that price point to start with anyway, and then to have that increase as well to factor in, considering that you might get BYD, the MG, and perhaps even a Nissan or a Hyundai, one of the older models for that price point. Angela and I, my wife and I, we did go over this because we could essentially, for the price of one Model Y, with the options, buy two BYDs or buy one BYD, one MG ZF EV, and yeah, have two cars for the price of one. Yeah. But I think I alluded to this last week as well, just the ecosystem of Tesla with the superchargers, with the service, with the software updates, with the ride comfort, with the knowing of the system that you've already driven in the Model 3. I think you can attest to that, having driven the Model Y today. It just makes it easier. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, you know, I was quite aware of what the I guess the mainstream car reviewers were saying about Model Y. The suspension is a bit stiff, a bit firm. I think there was an issue with the rear view mirror as well, visibility wise. But to be honest with you, it just drove so well. I mean, the ride is no different to the Tesla Model 3 performance, or no worse for that matter. I don't know whether we're just used to it now, or sure, it's stiffer than, like, for example, the EV6 or the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or even the Polestar I drove. But it's, as Joy kept saying in the video, it's very subjective. Some people like that firm ride. You want to, as she said in the video, she wants to feel every stone and pebble on the road. She's that kind of girl. And others don't. Others just want a smoother ride. So it just depends, I think. It's not good or bad. It is what it is, I think. And as for the rear view mirror, no problems. I didn't even notice it until someone said to me, well, how was the rear vision? I thought, what was there an issue? So yeah, it's fine, honestly. I just want to put a few more comments on the screen here, and welcome Faisal, one of our members as well. Hello there. And Peter makes quite a funny point here. He says, all those batteries and all those 10-year-old Model S must self-destruct any minute now. Batteries only last 8 to 10 years or so, I keep hearing. Yeah, I think there's a gentleman in Germany that's driven a million miles. Yeah.
A million miles, yeah.
Incredible, right? 1 million miles.
Amazing.
Amazing stuff. He's onto his third motor, I think, and possibly second battery. But even so, that's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. What have we got here? We've got, so some people are saying, yes, it is quite steep now with the price increase. Greg's saying getting pretty expensive for Model Y. Yes, we did allude to that. Yeah, I mean, without a rebate, it is going to be tough. I guess It's a tough one it's a tough thing to say, but Tesla is, I guess, still a premium EV brand. Raoul, I don't know whether you agree with me or not. It's it's certainly sitting up there in the premium category compared to, say, BYD or even the MG ZS EV. They're cheaper.
Correct.
So
I agree.
yeah, I don't know whether Model Y or 3 will decrease in price that much over the years. It's going to probably sit at the same price point in the market, I think. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So I want to. Actually, that's a bit of a giveaway. That's up for later on. That's what one of Riz's charts. But I do want to show you some price trends for 1 second. I'll just share the screen here. That Riz from Carloop drew up for us during the week. So let's have a look here. So here we go. So this is these are the price trends from the last 3 years or so, just to give you some context as to where prices have been in the last 3 years. So here we are in 2022 with Model 3 prices, and we've got 66 grand rear-wheel drive, 80,000 long range, and 92. It's definitely not the most expensive it's ever been in history since it dropped in 2019. That honor goes to 2020 July, just when COVID was starting to take off. So look at that. Model 3 Performance was $102,000, whereas it's $92 now. So that's $10,000 more expensive back then. 92 for long range, whereas it's now 80, and 74 grand back in 2020 July, whereas it's now 66. And then obviously the bottom is the best price was mid last year in July, when you could get a Model 3 rear-wheel drive for 59,000 MSRP. I don't think we'll ever see those prices again, to be honest with you, for a long time, the way things are going.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And, obviously qualified for all the rebates and subsidies in my state, New South Wales, and I think in Victoria as well. So, that's kind of where we're at. And I think, unfortunately, with the way the world's heading, it's probably going to trend upwards this way. So I think if you really want a 3 or a Y now, it's probably the time to get in. Because I think that's just the way things are, with interest rates going up, inflation's going up. Yeah. And by the way, I don't take any commission for spruiking Tesla. I just love the car, so don't feel like I'm pushing. But this is my own advice, and I'm sure a lot of people probably agree in the chat there. See, Kenny, we've got Kenny Timms here, who's saying waited too long to upgrade my order to Y. Now just out of my price range. Still super excited to receive my Model 3 by years and hopefully join the club finally. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic, Kenny. Hey, Raoul, how long did you wait for your Model 3, just out of interest, back in the day?
Yeah, I think we ordered day one that the orders opened up. I remember going to Chadstone and placing that deposit. So, yeah, up until September 2019 is when I waited. I can't quite remember what the date was when the orders opened up, but it would have been at least a two and a half year wait, I guess. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was about 2 to 3 years before
Yes.
he dropped in the country.
Correct.
I wonder whether that was the reason why the Y orders didn't open until there were physically cars in the country to look at. Just because they've learnt from that 3 experience where people waited that long. I don't know. I'm just wondering why they took a different approach with Y as opposed to 3.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah.
Charles says, don't forget all the people who ordered earlier are locked in at the lower price. I would high five you, Raoul, if I could. That's us. That's the next 9 to 12, and obviously all the Model 3 orders too. That's nice. Next 9 to 12 months of orders, and anyone ordering after has the potential to take advantage of price drops as well. That's very true. So if the price does miraculously drop, then yeah, we're good to go as well. That'll be us. And the rep today in Tesla Chatswood did say that if you want to change your order color, whether it be exterior or interior, and the wheels, you are eligible to do so without any penalty to your price. And also your position in the queue is retained as well. So that's good to know if you want to change anything in your car for Model Y.
Tom, on that point, can I just clarify, because I did see that tweet. I was messing around with the configurator with my order, and just so your viewers know, what we've ordered is the Model Y rear-wheel drive in white, because I think it comes included white interior, 19-inch induction wheels. But when I tried to change that in the configurator, it did change my delivery date, so we stopped. So would you suggest, or would your thinking be, is that if we wanted to change it but keep the delivery point and the price point, then you would want to do it with a rep online, or via the phone?
Yeah, the good point, actually. I should probably edit my video accordingly, and that's a very good point. Don't do it online. That will change things. But if you did do it online, make sure you call them up straight away. But I would definitely call your rep or email them. Don't do it yourself. I actually had a look at FSD EAP as well to see whether I could add it. And you're right, it definitely changed the pricing and the delivery time frame. So, yes, good caveat there, Raul. Very good point. Thank you for that. I'm seeing some more people here with test drives lined up. That's great. Actually, the rep told me today too that test drives are booked up until August in Sydney. That's 2 months of test drives lined up. That's the kind of crazy demand they've got at the moment in Australia. And we've got Elon Musk surprised at us. Surely, with all of us tweeting him over the last 2 years, he shouldn't be surprised. Anyway, what do I know? He's the world's smartest man. Thanks for everyone joining the stream here. That's great. We've got 210 viewers 20 minutes in. That's fantastic. Just a reminder that, yes, prices have gone up in Australia. And these are the price trends currently for Model 3. But just back to the slides here. Yes, prices have gone up by $3,000 for Model Y, and fairly equivalent as well for Model 3 as well. So crazy times, but people are still buying them. So let's just see. So that's where we're at. $3,400 increase for Model Y rear-wheel drive, $2,800 increase for Model Y all-wheel drive performance. Speaking of all-wheel drive, the long-range vehicle, I did ask the rep as well today, and he did say potentially we're looking at early next year with the tow hitch as well. So I don't know whether that's just a wild guess, but that's what he told me, early 2023. I mean, I actually want the tow hitch because we've got bikes we want to haul around. It'd be great, you know. And Raul, you've got young children too. I'm sure that'll be on your mind too coming up.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. I would love to have towing capacity or even a tow hitch. I don't know whether that would be OEM or whether we would have to go with an aftermarket.
Yeah, I think the rep was saying they can do it at the factory at the Tesla showrooms once they've got the accessory. So it'll be at least Tesla in-house. Let's just go to the next slide here. Riz from Carloop, I saw him earlier on the stream. He has kindly sent us this waiting time trend, which is very, very interesting graphic here. If anybody ever wants any data from Australian Tesla or EVs, Riz is your man. He'll help you out. But these are the current wait times in Australia. Go back one. So we've got in June 2022, wait time is about, what's that y-axis there, weeks. So looking at 46 weeks, which is what, for 10 months? So, I mean, with Shanghai now up and running, working double shift, it looks like it is trending downwards, which is great. And there's a bit of a it's a bit of a funny feud at the moment with my brother because he's got a Model 3 on order. No rift, don't worry, we're good friends. He's wondering who's going to get the car first, our Model Y or his Model 3. So it'd be very interesting indeed. It's going to be very close, I'll tell you that, because our performance is meant to be in, I think, November to Feb, and I think his is about the same time as well. So we'll keep you guys posted. But look at that, back in 2021 Q3, look at that, 4 weeks. 4 weeks wait, that seems like nothing now with wait times, you know. Can you imagine that, 4 weeks? That's incredible. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. So there's another slide from Riz. So Riz is saying that Shanghai production has been going up. That's very true. Obviously, with their shutdown a couple of months ago, dropped down to below 1,000. But by the way, these are just numbers to Australia, so that's why he's got the two countries highlighted there. So production is ramping up, and he's saying probably about close to 3,000 cars per month for June. Hopefully that'll go up as well with, as I'm just seeing in the chat there, a shutdown for increased capacity. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but I just want to thank DC Wen for a donation there, and he's got a question. How do we feel about the 4-day shutdown in Shanghai? Will it affect our first shipment of Model Y? When do Australian cars get built, and when are the ships coming? When are the ships coming? Angry mobs at the dock in Port Kembla. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. There was talk that there is a shutdown for upgrades. Yep, get to that in 1 second. And Jez also, Jez comes through again. What a legend. And yes, our garage will be almost ready to show you guys a bit of an upgrade. Jez is saying, donating to the noble cause of bedazzled Gemini hubcaps. How many more superchargers are we going to get with 11,000 Model Ys hitting our streets in 2023, right? Yeah, that's a great question, Jez. Very good question. Look, how many cars were delivered last year? 12,000. 12,000 Teslas. So with 11,000 Model Ys, that's doubled in 1 week. So yeah, we definitely need more supercharger capacity in Australia for sure. We'll need to get Charles Gregory on. Maybe he can text in the chat there if he knows anything about more superchargers coming online very soon.
I think on that note, Tom, one of the things that Angela and I talked about was the fact that we do use some of the ChargeFox, ChargePoint, EVSE, the tri-trim chargers around the area as well, because the closest supercharger to us is in Richmond, in Melbourne. One of the things that we've noticed, and I think you might have heard online on Twitter as well, is that some of these chargers, non-Tesla chargers, have had some issues with staying online, and getting the spare parts or getting them back online has been taking so long. And I think that was what swayed us, the fact that if we do want to travel with a Model Y SUV, interstate, long trips, regional, you never hear of a Tesla supercharger really going offline for that period of time. Correct.
Absolutely correct. I don't know about you, Raoul, or anyone else in the live stream here. When I I get asked a lot, why is Tesla so much better? And I've got to go back to the fact that it's got the supercharged network, right? That's still number one reason for me. And I think it's not until you own an EV that you comprehend the gravity of the situation. Like, I know I've received a lot of blank looks at me going, what are you referring to? Like, how is a fuel Bowser that important? But yeah, I mean, I could talk to I'm blue in the face, but I think, yeah, just be careful if you're driving, relying on non-Tesla DC chargers, that there is a risk currently with, as Raoul said, with parts shortage and access that could be an issue at the moment. And I know there are pilot programs in Europe and the US using Tesla superchargers for non-Tesla vehicles. So yeah, that's another controversial issue, I'm sure, as well. All right, so let's talk about the Shanghai shutdown. Here we go. So, look at that, right on cue. I had prepared already. Nice segue there. So this is the email that was seen online, and I can read a bit of Chinese, but it's not great. So that's why I use Google Translate. Good old Google helped me out here. So obviously the English is probably not, with Google Translate, not great, but I'll read it out to you if I can. It says, all staff of BCC Lingang Factory, dear partners, in order to cooperate with the production, upgrade, and transformation of the super factory, I assume they mean the Gigafactory, the attendance arrangements for the entire factory, including workshops and office areas, during power outages from July 1 to July 4 are as follows. 1. Participating in production improvement and transformation. Arrange attendance according to the department. 2. Frontline employees arrange breaks according to the production plan. Number 3. Office employees on daily shifts arrange annual leave, schedule work from home, etc., etc. Number 4. Follow-up line supervisor, engineer, and principal work and rest from the frontline employees of the shift they follow. If necessary, they can work from home or work at an off-site office. All attendance and annual leave transfer home office or off-site at office should be arranged and approved by the heads of each department according to business needs. So I guess in short, it means that everyone's working from home for 4 days between the 1st and the 4th of July. as per what has been leaked. If we go back one slide back to Riz's data, so if he's saying that if it's about 3,000 cars to Australia per month, or let's say 2,800, make it easy, 4 days is divide that by 7. So I guess we'll be short 400 cars potentially, but if they're upgrading, who knows how many cars they can actually produce from there. I think I might have seen a tweet too today, Raul, about how many cars they expect to increase the production by with this upgrade. Did you see that today?
I did. So can't quite pin the numbers. Please don't quote me on this. But just at the top of my head, I believe they're aiming at June itself, something like 70K. And I believe the idea is that after the shutdown finishes with the update, they'll be looking at ramping, say, July to 80K, and then from August onwards to about 90K.
Wow.
So they're aiming at 1 million cars in a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Production wise.
Yeah. That's incredible. It really is. Yeah. We wouldn't mind some of those cars to Australia. Elon, if you're watching. Have you seen the? Don't be too surprised anymore, okay? We love our Teslas. Yeah, so that's I guess that's the news that I've got to share from the week. And yeah, if you've got anything you've seen this week, by the way, in the chat, if you're watching, please put it on the screen there. I'll try and call it up. But we did also have some other news I can share. I guess Raul and I, we were discussing earlier. Let's see what we've got. So yes, we've gone through that. 10 years Model S delivered. Anything this week, Raul, that piqued your interest? Let's go through.
I think through the notes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. You did show me some wireless charging in California. That looks interesting.
I think that was Dennis Pasquale in Norway.
Oh, right, in Norway. Sorry, yes.
Yes.
Wireless charging at 75 kilowatts. That's incredible. That's pretty quick. Wow. See if I can pull it up. Let's share that. Here we go. So here's Dennis, good friend Dennis in Oslo. 75 kilowatt wireless charging. That's incredible, really. Considering, you know, that our Tritium chargers are 50 kilowatts plugged in. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, let's see. Showed me a crash of a Tritium or some chargers here. I'm not sure they're Tritium, but that was quite interesting. A truck running through an EV charger. Let's see if I can quickly show the folks here.
Was that in Norway as well?
Yes, I think so, actually. That's some crazy times there. Let's see if I can put this back up here for you guys.
Tom, while you're doing that, I think, did you mention that one of your viewers or some of your viewers have mentioned that some of those Model Ys are being flipped? The orders? Yes, good point. Someone did say to me during the week that there's some, what's the right word? Purchases in bad faith. I think that's the exact clause in the Tesla terms and conditions, which Tesla can reserve the right to withhold. People seem to be buying cars and flipping them for more, which is not good, obviously. We've got people wanting cars and we've got people trying to sell them for a profit. A bit cynical, in my opinion. I don't know how you can prove that, to be honest. Unless you see a conglomerate buying like 10,000 cars or something like that. Yeah. I'm also hearing, someone sent me an email that I think in Canberra, there was a Model Y that was sold off the plan, so to speak, a used Model Y. So sight unseen. This gentleman or whoever it was didn't want the car anymore because it didn't have a tow hitch, so he put it on the used car sales market.
and it was sold. So you're essentially buying a position in the queue, I guess, for a Model Y. So that's the first I've heard of it. I think it was asking 98,000 as well for a rear-wheel drive. Oh my goodness, what's the world coming to? I've heard off the plan apartment buying, but off the plan Model Y buying. Incredible. Would you ever buy a car off the plan like that, Roll?
Absolutely not. I hope nobody's made an offer. I think somebody just mentioned also is like, oh, here we go, Jeff Newport. Government policies to support incentives to be announced end of June. I would wait. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I think, Jeff's referring to the fringe benefit tax exemption that the Labor government has promised pre-election. So that's supposed to kick in 1st of July. So that'll be good. I'm going to be hopefully dropping a video soon in conjunction with Danny Tai from Zeekr on that. He's the expert on that kind of thing, so watch out for that. And if you are an employee, I would definitely look at that. Novated leasing, you'll get a huge benefit, and your total cost of ownership will be huge saving compared to buying an ICE car. Just makes absolutely no sense to buy an ICE car through a novated lease with this fringe benefit exemption. So yeah, look out for that video. That's going to be huge thing for fleet buying. Absolutely right. Although Andrew says fringe benefit tax won't be looked at until they're all back at Parliament end of July. Okay. Okay, so Andrew's there, and then following up saying it's retrospective from 1st of July, hearsay only. They have done that before in New South Wales. They retrospectively applied things when Parliament was delayed for COVID, so hopefully that will be the case as well. Yes, Michael, there we go. I think Michael, actually, you might have been the one who showed me that email. Hope you don't mind me saying. Yes, sold by the same day, 6 p.m. That is unbelievable. Not even 12 hours, right? I'm just gobsmacked. Oh dear. Speaking of gobsmacked, look at this. Boom. Wow. I don't know what to say. I mean, come on. That's potentially dangerous, right? Ramming a EV charger like that?
Yeah, wow. I believe these were the tritium chargers as well. You can understand now why they're having issues with supply.
Oh dear. How does that even happen? I mean, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like two dogs going for food. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're sort of just like chasing something. Oh dear. No, I guess we shouldn't laugh. Someone's paying for it. But yes, that's unfortunate. Be careful at charges. Although a lot of I was going to say there are bollards in Australia, but there's a bollard there too. See that? See if I can point that out. A little bollard there already. So
yeah.
They've rammed the bollard. Crazy. Okay, Gaffer's saying, don't think they're live at the charger. Okay. But don't they have power packs though, some of these chargers? That's dangerous hitting batteries, isn't it? Anyway. All right, Sensei saying, Tom, if you list your 2022 AU Model Y Blue Performance and add full self-driving, you will easily get $206,000 in cash. $6,000 for the owner transfer fee of 3% of sale price if you sell it on car sales. Ooh, oh, that's tempting. I could double my money. Could do some bad faithing here. No, I won't do that. I actually want the car, sadly. Money doesn't buy everything, I suppose. Poor charger. I'll put that away. All right, so actually I've got some Tesla leaks or EV leaks that I want to share. You ready? This is what you guys all came for tonight. Some EV leaks. Where's my EV leaks? Oh, let's put some music on. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Now I'm chilled. There we go. Yeah, so this is, I guess, the stream. We want a bit more gossip and rumor and innuendo. That's the wrong word. Gossip, rumor, and what's the word? It's getting late. Anyway, we want stories. We want stories that you've heard on the grapevine. Completely anonymous. It's fine. You don't have to tell me who you are. Just email it to me. I won't mention who you are. But yeah. So someone told me this week that. Let me just get my EV leak source on my phone. Let's have a look here. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so I cannot mention this person's name, But, right, they're saying recently they received information that the new federal government has employed an IT firm to come up with a program to recapture the fuel excise with all EVs nationally. The project is due to be completed by the end of 2023 for rollout 2024 before the next federal election. I can only assume this is a direct response to the current lawsuit by Victorian EV owners against the Victorian government on the current EV tax. There we go. What do you think about that, Raoul? I think this is in reference to Chris van der Stok's challenge, right, in the High Court.
Yes, I believe so. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like they want some data and to see whether it's justified, or at least justify some sort of EV tax. Interesting. I wonder whether it's to also just to see where that fuel excise is going. Maybe no one's actually keeping track of where it's going. They just wanted some data before they can fight Chris in court, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's all we've got for tonight. If anyone's got any more information, that'd be good. Maybe it'd be good to get Chris on too to chat about it one day.
Chris on, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a bit of EV leaks, and it's not too late to send me any breaking news on email. I can happy to spill the beans, so to speak, quietly. We're all friends here. Yeah. All right. So Peter's saying about the truck crash. Trucks crash into the charger head. High voltage gear is in a separate cabinet off to the side. Okay. Good. Thank you, Peter. Good to know. Right, let's see. Okay, so that reminds S. Padaval. Vic Roads has sent him a reminder for his PHEV odometer reading. It's pretty backward, isn't it? Having to send an odometer reading. Crazy.
Yeah, I've done that last year. I think you have to take a screenshot, send it to them.
Are people still writing stuff on the screenshot? Graffitiing it?
I hope so. I hope so. It makes you mad, but you follow the rules, you do the right thing. Up until, I guess, I'm glad the government's changed. Loving what New South Wales is doing, Tom, by the way, with the money announced by Matt Keane for infrastructure.
Yep.
For apartments, for building blocks, and I believe for off-street parking charging as well.
That's right.
Way to lead the rest of the country in adopting EV forward thinking. Amazing.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Matt Keane is our former Environment Minister in New South Wales. He's now our Treasurer, so that's always a good thing. Looking out for our environment and climate. We saw lamppost charging in the UK and overseas, Norway, like 2 years ago now. So I'm glad they're finally gonna make an appearance here in Australia, and I will be on the scent. Don't worry, I'll go have a look at them as soon as they're installed here in New South Wales.
And I correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, but I do believe that Matt Keane also drives a Tesla.
That is absolutely correct. Yes, he sure does. Yes. So in fact, a few of our politicians quietly drive Teslas. Yeah, that's good. It's a good thing. You got to put your money where your mouth is, right?
Exactly.
If you want to worry about the environment, then drive a car like that for sure. I was just gonna put up a question here. Yes, will the Model Y have boot covers like Bjorn's Berlin Model Y Performance? I did ask the rep today, and it looks like they won't, unfortunately, at this stage. I think you mean parcel shelf, right, Sebastian? Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that too. We've got that in the Model S. It's quite handy. Yeah, hopefully you can buy aftermarket stuff. Speaking of which, I've been basically given an opportunity to review stuff from Jaecoo, accessories from Taiwan. So I will try to get some into the country before Model Y deliveries happen, and I'll try and review some of them. They're pretty good quality too. So yes. Oh, another donation. Thanks, Hef. Keep up the great work, Tom. No Model Y in Perth yet. Oh, that's a shame. Early July arrival, they tell me. Okay. And by the way, in Sydney anyway, August is the earliest you can get a test drive booking. Crazy. It's 2 months. 2 months. Does Australian Model Y have mudguards and paint protection film? That would be negative on both, although they've got plastic fender covers and trim liners around the fenders and also the bottom of the car now, so that should make it easier to keep clean, and because that bit is quite dirty when you go on long drives. Yeah, but no PPF. No. Jez is saying rumours are afoot you'll be selling or donating your Model S to your biggest fan. Who's my biggest fan, Jez? Oh, that's quite subjective, isn't it? Shall I give you all you guys a score out of 10 like I did for the Polestar? I won't do that. Yeah, still haven't decided, Jez, and everyone, about which car to sell or whatnot. So keep subscribed. You will know shortly, hopefully. Let's have a look at the poll. So current poll: how are you financing your new Model 3/Y? 221 votes. Wow, 50% of people are saying cash. I'm actually quite surprised. Did not think that would be that high, to be honest. I thought the most of you would be personal car loan, but hey, it's good to see we've got a healthy crowd here. 50% cash, 30% personal car loan, 9% home loan redraw, 10% novated lease. Excellent. Cool. Okay. Yeah, personal car loans are heading up in interest rates, aren't they, as well? I'm seeing Macquarie increasing from 3.99 to 4.99 very soon, I think. They were down to 1.99% not that long ago. Yeah, it's a tough one. Home loan redraw versus personal loan these days. I guess home loan redraw, you've got to be careful. You've got to be quite disciplined to make sure you don't redraw for too long. Make sure
we are trading in the Model 3 to pay for the Model Y. Obviously, a little bit out of pocket we can cover, but geez, some people are doing better than us. Cash, cash.
Right. 51%. My goodness. Wow.
Looks like people have been saving up during the COVID lockdowns.
Yeah. Well,
good on them
too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well done.
Working hard. That's good. That's great. It's good. Yeah, Sensei saying seems like most of your loyal audience is swimming in cash. I was just gonna say, I'm picturing a money bin, Scrooge McDuck style, and you guys jumping off every night. Like, hey, all power to you. Incredible. Yeah, Tom in Space could sell some Tesla shares. Yeah, that's another way to do it, I guess. Hold for a few more decades. Yeah, then you'll be really swimming in it. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so, hi Tom, do we actually need to tint the rear windows for sun protection? The rear windows are actually tinted for Model Y. That's something I forgot to add in the review today, but they're definitely tinted. I've seen them a few times now. Not the front windows, but the back ones are. And they do provide sun protection, yes. As for the roof, I wasn't sitting in the back today, but I mean, I don't think our kids have ever complained it's too sunny in the back of the 3. So I think it's probably overstated. But then again, Sydney's probably not as sunny as say Queensland or NT or SA. So yeah, I guess in those climates that might be an issue. Keep those questions coming. All right, more test drives. That's good. Greg's saying they don't have UV protection. Okay. I'll need to get someone who's an expert on that. Get more information. Yeah.
Tom, good question here by Sensei. Tom and Rahul, do either one of you know what is the cheapest battery to install in a house wanting about 10 kilowatts? Tesla Powerwall 2 is about 15,500 for 13 kilowatt, it seems. Yeah, great question, I think, because obviously a lot of owners would want to, use their solar battery, try and charge the car that way rather than paying for the grid, I guess.
Yep. Considering
what it is at the moment in terms of the cost,
yeah,
or reliability as well. So,
excuse me. Yeah, the Powerwall 2 has gone up in price, hasn't it, over the last few years? We installed ours for under 12 grand back in 2016. So that's a huge jump. I guess there's still questions on the financial viability of a battery. I think, and obviously it doesn't beat solar in terms of payback. But in terms of having a backup, it's fantastic. You know, if you're prone to power outages, then a battery really is something else. And now we've got VPPs coming on the market. So we've got excuse me, Tesla VPP, Evergen, a few other players. So that can help you, improve your payback a little bit, and obviously help the community as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Haven't seen many other batteries or reviewed many other batteries, just because our Powerwall seems to work really well, and it integrates so well with our Tesla ecosystem. It appears on the app. Interface is great, and last I checked, it was still within the warranted percent. State of capacity, battery capacity. So pretty happy after 6 years. And yeah, on some days, most of the year really, apart from winter, if you discount the cars, then you can basically go off grid. You power your home. It's very, very, very handy. Cheapest battery, yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, I'll have to double check, Sensei. Good question though. Might have to do a battery stream or a battery video on that.
Yeah, I think I'll second that VPP option, Tom, because Angela and I do have that at our home through a energy provider. Got the initial battery for half the price, and then they came back to us 12 months later and offered us a second battery at pretty much a quarter of the price. So we jumped at it. So I think we've got a 10k watt battery now for pretty much, a massive discount. Nice.
Yeah, that's great. If you can get some sort of subsidy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, I did have a question tonight. We might as well ask this at the very end of the stream here. Now, I did a bit of work on the EAP that came out as well on Friday last week in line with the price rise. If you did purchase or will be purchasing EAP, which is Enhanced Autopilot or FSD Full Self-Driving Capability, why or why not? Let's get that going in the stream there. I think we've already got FSD on our Model 3, which we're keeping, I think, if we do keep that. If we don't, then we might add it to Model Y. So we'll see how it goes. And before you guys ask, you cannot keep it on your account. You've got to hand it on with the car, unfortunately. That's the way it is currently at the moment. Let's take some questions. Mason, do you think we will reach a bottleneck of EV chargers versus EVs on the road decades from now? Yeah, look, I think hopefully it'll be below, like petrol pumps, right? Where there'll just be supply demand. There'll be enough to go around, hopefully. At the moment, it's probably going to do this over time where they'll play catch up with each other. Obviously peak times is like school holidays, public holidays, around Christmas, New Year, Easter, those kind of places, those kind of times when there might be a bottleneck, you might have to wait. I know a few years ago Tesla had trucks with chargers on it they could bring around for really busy places, so there might be an option moving forward. See, that's the thing you can do with EV chargers. You can be versatile like that. You can't really cart around a petrol pump. Well, you can bring a jerry can, I guess, but you can't bring a full Bowser with you, generally speaking.
Yeah. I think Tesla is also, I think there's a new feature on the superchargers. They're limiting charging to 80%. Is that correct, Tom?
That's correct, yes.
Which helps that the chargers are not occupied for that long.
Yeah, you can override it if you need it, but I guess for new owners who think they've got to charge 100% all the time, then it's good to have that 80% limit, because it's slow anyway from 80 to 100. Yeah. His question for us, did you or anyone else that have driven the Y rear-wheel drive feel like it was artificially slowed when driving from 0 to 30? Did the launch feel adequate for the car? I'm coming from an SR Plus. Did a little bit of a launch off camera today on the test drive. I mean, obviously we're coming from a performance, it feels slower, but Didn't feel that much slower compared to, say, the Polestar or the EV6 or even the SR Plus Model 3. I thought it was fine. I don't know how you can tell it's artificially slowed. It'd be very discreet if it was. I think it's adequate, honestly. I mean, it's enough. I did turn out a couple of times onto a busy road and it was fine. It's more than adequate. Let's see, any other questions here? Wow, so many comments. Yep, some people are saying wouldn't purchase because it stays with the car, not the account. Good point. Hopefully a subscription model will come out too. We've been hoping for that. That'll help. Some people have EAP already. Yep, people are saying Powerwalls run their house. That's great. That's good. Would be nice if there was a discount for the Powerwall. Yes, that would be nice. Yeah, so it feels... Yeah, look, this is a good point. Madness that Tesla's up to 60 kilowatt hours capacity sitting in home garages without the ability for vehicle to home or grid. Why buy a battery when it's sitting there? I'd say vehicle to home would be useful, or vehicle to load at least. That would be very handy. Good for backup too, for sure. Yeah, Greg's saying EAP is way too expensive at 5,100. Lots of cars have these items as standard, and I would pay 2k max for it. Ooh. Yeah, look, I think Auto Park probably should be included with the car, to be honest with you. It is standard with a lot of cars these days. Auto lane change is pretty good. That's, as you all know from my video, that's my favorite feature for EAP FSD. Any news on long range? We're hoping quarter 1 2023. That's what I've been told. Yeah. Charles is saying, lucky that Tesla put in 6 to 8 stalls even on their oldest Aussie superchargers from 2015. Several years of breathing room, but it's getting close to some of them according to pics. Yeah, I've got to say, Richmond and Victoria in Melbourne, only 4. Got to up your game there. 4's not enough, I think, for Tesla. Got to have more.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what the most superchargers at a single site are, Tom. I think you might have mentioned that. Sydney, Macquarie may have 10 stalls, I believe.
Yep, Macquarie's got 10.
But I think moving forward, if we've got 11k cars, Model Y orders just in the first week alone, plus more demand coming in, if more EVs are going to go mainstream, yeah, I think Tesla just needs to step up on the supercharger in terms of, as per the States, Europe having 10, 20 stalls at the one supercharger side.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's got to be at least 6 to 10 at any place. Yep.
And that was pretty much the norm that I saw when I was driving in California. Went to Anaheim, went to San Diego, went to LA downtown. Yeah, pretty much everywhere there was somewhere between 10 to 20 at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your pics. They're incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. I have 40, I think, even in some places. Like Kettleman's got 40 in California. Correct. Yeah.
And I believe the new one that's coming up in Harris Ranch is going to be 100 stalls.
Wow. Yeah, incredible. Yeah, see, there's an opportunity to create stores around the stalls, cafes, shops, restaurants. I see an entrepreneurial opportunity there. Yeah, someone's just got to have the vision. Jeff asks, does EAP overtake on single lane roads? No, I don't think so. Pretty dangerous. That'd be a hard no.
Mm-hmm.
Although if it's, no, probably not. Even if it's a broken line, I don't think so. Never tried. I don't think I ever will, to be honest. Just in the short term. Yes, Greg's good point there. Correct. Version 3 superchargers are installed multiples of 3s. Good point there. So hopefully, yes, in that case, 6 to 9 6 to 9 charges each time. Can EAP be trialed and refunded? Yes, it's got a 48-hour cooling off period. If you want to try it out. Ooh, fully charged at a car park being constructed that'll have 1,000 charges. Wow. Level 2.
Wow.
Level 2.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure Robert Llewellyn will head out there. That'd be cool. 1,000. Here's a good one. What's some good supercharger etiquette to know? Well, see, in the past with version 2, you would apply urinal rules, right? You wouldn't charge next to someone if you can help it, because you share the power. I think version 3 is not as critical in that sense. What else? Pick up your rubbish. Can't stand that, to be honest. Seeing rubbish around superchargers. I would say move your car if you are near the end, but hey, you're gonna get financially charged if you stay too long anyway. I guess don't treat them as parking spots. You know, it's not an EV parking spot; it's an EV charging spot. So if you're done, move on out. Let someone else have a go. I guess that's another thing about non-Tesla DC chargers. They're not subject to idle fees. So if you stay around, you could stay around all night if you're at a restaurant or seeing a show or something. That is annoying, really annoying. If you really need a charge and there's another car stuck there, not charging, that's annoying. Good question here from Zubnix. Planning to add FSD, how to avoid luxury car tax. So add it after you take delivery of the car, which you can do via software update.
Yeah.
Very easy. Does Model Y have the cigarette type power outlet? It's got a 12 volt in the cabin somewhere. I don't think it's a cigarette lighter though. It's just a 12 volt. Those days are long gone. Thank goodness. Any idea when the next shipment of Model 3 is coming? Yeah, Riz will be back. Riz will tell us next week. Stay tuned. He's the man. Is Type 2 cable something we should buy before getting the car? I would think so. There's some chargers in my local area that have got Tesla and non-Tesla Type 2 chargers which are BIO cables, and I think that's quite useful to have. Just to stick in the frunk.
Tom, on that point, I would just add for some of you viewers as well. There's obviously a Tesla owners club in Australia, and I think if you join them, you do get discounts on some of the charging equipment and some of the installations as well. So that might be something that your viewers might be interested in exploring to see whether that might be worthwhile for them as well. Yep.
Very good point. Joe Blow saying non-Tesla chargers do have idle fees. Not all though. Not all, I think. Some do, but not all. I think Jolt might have in Sydney. You're right, Joe. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, long range is popular, isn't it? A lot of questions. Yeah, I think it'll be in Q1. That's what I'm thinking. How much? Well, probably add a bit to the Model 3 long range, I guess. That's probably my guess. I'm just laughing at an email that someone has sent me. But it's always spoiler because it's from the Model Y launch drive video today. So thank you for that. Just laughing at an email there. Yeah. Well, everyone, I think that might be it for me and Raoul today. We might talk about accessories next week, I think, or sometime down the track. And I'll do a video on that too. Raoul, anything you want to add before we head off tonight?
One final thing. I think a Tesla Model 3 will be taking part in the Perth to Sydney Marathon, which commences in late October. I think that was on the Driven article a couple of days ago. Considering there's no charges in some of those spots, interesting proposition, but yeah, worth following. I'll be keeping my eyes on that one.
Yep, good point. Yes, that's it's the marathon, right?
Correct.
The marathon.
Yeah.
Hoping they do regular updates. That'll be fun to watch, actually.
Yeah.
See them plod along the nullable. Okay, I better answer Sachin. I'm sorry if I didn't see this earlier. Do we know if the FBT waiver on novated leases apply to the Model Y Performance? Have read conflicting viewpoints on this. From what I've seen, Sachin, is that the FBT waiver, if it is in the same version as they promised before the election, it will be under the luxury car tax threshold. So as of 1st of July, it's I think 80,000 for green vehicles or fuel efficient vehicles. So I would say it's a no for Model Y Performance because MSRP is already $90 something thousand. So unfortunately not. It's probably only for long range. For rear wheel drive, plus or minus long range. Probably not long range. It's probably going to be over that price, I would think. All right, everyone. Well, that's it from me and Raul. Raul, thank you very much again for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Tom. And as always, please make sure you subscribe to Ludicrous Feed for more EV content.
Thanks, Raul. Appreciate that. And thanks for joining us again and for all your insights as always. And have a great week. See you later. Thanks.
See everyone.
Thank you, Raul. That's very nice of him to join us again, one of our regulars. And we'll sign off now. And hopefully you've had a great week. And who knows what tomorrow brings, right? Tomorrow is Tesla Friday. Maybe another change to the configurator. Who knows? If you've got a test drive coming up for Model Y, hopefully you enjoy that. I certainly enjoyed ours today with Joy. And let's put on the outro. Here we go. If there's anything you want to ask or find out about, drop me an email or leave a comment below. If not myself, someone in the community will answer it, I'm sure, in the comment section. We've got a great EV and Tesla community that's very knowledgeable. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Thursday on Ludicrous Feed Live. And as always, happy charging.